just listen to me babble. I might do that occasionally, maybe. I've been on with that. But the point is that you all came here to enjoy ponies, to celebrate fan art and fan culture, but also to welcome wonderful, wonderful people that made all the way here to come into the reign of darkness where the villains reign supreme. So, without further ado, maybe we should introduce those people. What do you say?
She is probably one of the most experienced voice actors of the show's cast. She has an impressive list of roles and voices that she's provided for cartoons and anime. But we haven't got all day, so here's only a small selection. Pepper Clark in Littlest Pet Shop.
I wear pairs of pants. One! In case I get a hole in one! A hole in one!
Martha in Martha Speaks.
Far away. It makes them look bigger and closer. Up close, the moon looks delicious. I'd like a taste. Oh, don't worry. I will eat the whole thing. Or would I?
Rivera in Black Lagoon.
I cannot agree to your request, though I do intend to have the young master home in one piece. However, I must work in accordance with this creed. In the name of Santa Maria, the righteousness to all injustice!
Besides doing voice work, she also loves to share interesting mixes of poetry, wisdom, and wackiness with the world. And we sure do enjoy that. So let's get excited for she has to tell us over the weekend. I know I am. A big welcome for Tabitha St. Germain. He's also won several television-related awards like the Ellio's and has been nominated for many occasions. Even the famous Rolling Stone magazine had a feature on his work, and that's really quite an honor. Nevertheless, Daniel is certainly a companionable, totally down-to-earth type. Everybody, a big cheer for Daniel Ingram.
can't wait to meet everybody and there's some music and talk about German culture, I guess, when we're here. Thanks.
Jason grew up with a huge love for classical Saturday morning cartoons, and he always knew that he wanted to go big in the animation industry. He began his career as a classical animator in the late 90s. He later became a digital animator and at some point a director. When Friendship is Magic started, Jason was offered the position of a supervising director and became the showrunner until Lauren Faust left the crew. He also directed both Equestria Girls movies, and now is one of the series' co-executive producers. But did you know he also has some uncredited speaking lines in the show? Such as a certain bulk biceps?
Mom said I could pitch a tent in the backyard and sleep outside tonight.
Jocelyn has worked in the Vancouver animation industry for over a decade since her study of animation at college. She has worked as an animator, layout artist, and storyboard artist on a handful of series since My Little Pony, Littlest Pet Shop, Puka, George from the Jungle. Her most favorite part of her work is storyboarding song sequences on Friendship is Magic, such as Winter Wrap-Up, At the Gala, and Becoming Popular. Additionally, she designed the stop-motion felt sequence in A Friend Indeed.
What just happened?
Now, please another loud and welcoming cheer for Jason and Jocelyn Thiessen.
Thanks so much for having us here. We're really excited to be halfway around the world in Europe. This is awesome. So thanks so much for bringing us here, and it's going to be an awesome con.
Now here in Europe, most of you may only know Michelle as the speaking voice of Blue and the singing voice of Sweetie Belle. But despite her being the youngest member of the Friendship is Magic voice cast, Michelle already is an experienced TV and stage actress. Her TV roles include Strange Empire.
I know why you brought me here. To kiss me. Boys back home. I punched out Fiscus right in the nose when he tried.
Bella and the Bulldogs. R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. And if you're a fan of this series, you might have seen her without even realizing it. She had a guest appearance in the series Supernatural.
Leave him.
Growing up in a musical household, it's not surprising that Michelle also has a knack for singing. You will also have a chance to see her perform live at the gala. And speaking of performance, she has also performed with another guest we have at this year's gala, who we will introduce to you in a second. But for now, let it be heard from Michelle Creber.
very exciting. Thank you guys so much. I'm very honored to be here, and this is my first time in Germany, so I'm extraordinarily stoked. And yeah, I'm excited to meet all you guys and do some performing and some panels. It should be a blast. All the best.
Where'd you go sleep again?
A.K.A. Black Griffin. Within the Brony fandom, Gabe is probably best known for two things: being a returning member of the popular Bronies React series,
Ever since a particularly traumatic experience as a fool.
As a fool. See, that's where they got it wrong. My headcanon is right. Stop messing it up, Hasbro. Jeez, don't they care about us?
contributions to the fandom, like proud to be a Brony. Crusader, Faster Than You Know, Academy, and Zero Gravity. But the most fun that he has is when he can do collabs with Michelle. This includes their famous collaboration on the tribute to Michael Jackson's famous song, Beat It. As well as a parody of the same song called Tweet It. Or even their own series of sketch comedy called Kristoff and Schloss.
I find the next taste better if we sing a new song to them. Du bist mein Heilige.
Anyhow, a welcoming cheer for Black Griffin.
Guten Tag.
But these are not the only people we have coming. I know there are so many more special people. These are all already so wonderful. But we have even more. Can you believe that? Crazy.
That's true, actually. And this is, I guess, where I was supposed to talk and I forgot. We are here, Michelle and I are here with Michael and Monique Creber, and Monique is backstage as well, and she is our manager, and out she comes. Here she comes. Here she is. Here she is. She's also done work on My Love Pony. She's directs the choir who sang at the Gala Heart song, some other ones that I... Smile song. I love that song. That's a fantastic song. So yeah, that's what's up. And then Michelle and I have a concert tonight at 9:15 p.m. And it's, yeah, both of us, not what it says in the program.
We want to introduce you. Back in the days when the world was still colored in sepia tones only, and friendship and love was still new, and the Brony community was not as big as today. Anyhow, Little Kids episode, the founder of a little blog project that lets strangely appealing cartoon with pastel, colored, talking magical equines know that this show would become so popular. Equestrian Days soon became the major news and community hub for everything My Little Pony, and still is today. How all of this happened and developed, as well as some important facts of why Trixie is as common. Members will give you interesting insights. Let's welcome him as well as his team. Calcade, Serial Velocity, Foe, PK, Gabe Melian, Hypermark, and the illustrious Q.
insane. This is a huge room with a lot of people, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Be sure to check out our panel in a couple hours. Time 2:30 was it? 2:30. We're doing a panel at 2:30. We'll answer all your questions. Bring some hard questions. The harder the better. I like to answer the most tough ones that are challenging to me. Anyone else want to say anything before? You're apparently scared all of them, so here we go.
Aww. They'll have plenty of time to speak. You get to speak to them at your panel, then they have to answer.
Some of the European members from the fandom-based animation studio, Stapletech Studios. All of them coming from all parts of the world, and all being huge fans of Friendship's Magic, as well as the video and computer game franchise Fallout, Fallout Equestria series into animated form. They will show you how this is coming along in their very own panel this weekend. Also, I wanted to mention that these great guys animated this year's promotional video for GalaCon in their unique art style. So come along and bring your friends to GalaCon 2015. Bizoom! Bizam! Bizam! A big thank you for that! Please give the members of Stapletech Studios a big Bizam!
Any of you want to say anything? Okay. Big boss, you're the big boss.
What around interest? Good lord, there's a lot of you people. Hello. We're on tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about us guys, but I felt that we should at least say a big hello to our friends over in November Studios, wherever you guys are, their panel. Right guys! Woo! Big cheers for them as well. Their panel is later today, and we're tomorrow. So hope to see you then.
We have not jemand. We have someone else. I forgot. I'm so silly. There is someone we have worked with since GalaCon started, and I would definitely be horribly sorry if I forgot him. So please welcome Lofi from Bronies for Good.
Well, hi everyone. As Bray already said, I'm Tanofi, I'm with Burns for Good, and here at GalaCon, we are fundraising for the Against Malaria Foundation. To that end, we have a table here right in front of the entrance to this hall, and at this table are accepting donations, and we have lots of thank yous for you, books and buttons, the Glacier collector's cards, and this comic anthology bound together. You can see that. All at our table.
And I said, you all please get that. It was so cute. There's especially a really cute comic in Muffinshire is in that, right? Muffinshire is featured. Muffinshire made that adorable comic Twilight's First Day, with the first day at school. So if you want to see comics from there, you should definitely check out Bound Together. Yes, cute. Oh my god. I'm melting just looking at that. So definitely make sure you check that out.
I'm looking forward to meeting you at our table. Thank you.
A big applause for Bronies for Good. And there's another person that I would be so sorry if I missed them. I mean, we are all here. We organize GalaCon. I host GalaCon. There's all the stuff we do at GalaCon. But who is GalaCon? Candy! So please, welcome the most important pony at this event, Candy Soda! something, you need to mention this, you need to mention this. It's amazing. So there's another very, very nice thing that Monique and Michelle and okay. You were like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, but Michelle and Gabe brought something for us.
We brought something in the form of digital jump drive and our voices. And we need a microphone for that. Or she does. It's okay, I'll take over. You can sit down. Okay, so yeah, we thought to give you guys a taste of what we're going to do tonight at 9:15. We would perform one of our songs from the Immortal album, which is the album that we did. So let's go. I'm good at public speaking.
Surrender to this morning like the dead of night. I'm falling faster. I'm getting tired of the running street. I feel it following me and screaming. I see it in the faces and the moving. And I am breathing. I am a piece of it.
So be hyped for that. You saw what you just got now was just a small taste. So I'm not going to keep you much longer from enjoying the con, but as usual, there is a few things I'd like to say. standard stuff, you know, the rules that are written and in the booklet, very important. Definitely do not break any of those. That would be nice. We like coming here. We hope you like coming here. We would like to keep coming here. So definitely don't litter. Be kind. Live those lessons of friendship. Make sure to not bring any drinks or food into this hall. That's extremely important. Like, you can have snacks outside. You can buy them at any of our snack points and from the catering or from outside. But please do not bring in outside food. It's okay to bring in some water. Some water is fine. A small snack is fine. But any more food needs to be bought at the venue here. You can eat it anywhere in the venue except for in here. This is, how do we say, the grand hall. So please do not mess that up. It's very hard to clean, and we get in trouble, you get in trouble, nobody likes that. We want the fun kind of trouble, not the annoying kind of trouble. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on the schedule. There can be changes at any point. We have announcements and such for those. You can also always ask someone for help if you need to. We have the nice people in the orange shirts that you see everywhere. This time they're orange, last time they were green. Before that they were neon yellow or something. I kind of forgot, but it's very important that you know when you need help, go to the nice orange people with the staffs on them. You'll definitely get help. Is there anything else I should mention? Anything important? Or maybe should I leave a very important person to give the official welcome for this year's event. No, there's no other important announcements, so I think it's up to you to say the official opening for this year's GalaCon.
Well, I'm very overwhelmed to see you all here in Ludwigsburg, Germany for the third time.
The third time here.
Yeah,
Fourth time GalaCon.
Fourth GalaCon.
Yeah.
First one in Stuttgart.
Numbers are hard, okay.
Well, but it's not only me, my whole team, so please come out.
Okay.
You all. The only thing left to say is have a nice weekend, let's spread the magic of friendship, and get galloping.
You're here to listen to people who have actually a lot to say about what our favorite show does behind the curtains, behind the voice acting, the art, the music. All of that has to come together somehow. And I think it's really a great, very special opportunity that we have here, people who can tell us directly what all the stuff we usually do not appreciate quite as much, what that does, how it works, how it happens, and how it really brings the magic together, basically. So give a really big appreciative applause for Jason and Jocelyn Thiessen.
How are you all today? Everyone's enjoying the con. I know we are. And enjoying this wonderful country that we're in right now.
Yes.
We went and saw the palace yesterday. It was pretty cool.
Pretty royal, eh?
Yeah, it was very interesting. So we're here to talk about what we do on the show, and we're not usually people you see very often because we're behind the scenes, pulling strings and doing little things here and there. So it's it's not very often people understand exactly what goes into putting together such a show as this. So I thought we would talk about like a bit of the process, the start to the finish of the whole method. Now, unfortunately, I wanted to bring some visuals. You had some storyboards that you wanted to bring, but Hasbro said no. And so did our production company, DHX. Things are proprietary, and they like to keep a handle on some things. So we'll have to do it just verbally.
I can visualize.
Yeah, just visualize it.
Wonderful.
So I guess we could start at the beginning. Like a lot of common questions that we get about what we do is like, how long does an episode take, and what goes into all the different aspects, like, and what are all the steps? And there's a lot of steps, and there's a lot of people that have a lot to do to make all this come together. And you meet some of them here today with like Daniel and voice actors and everything. But there's a lot more other people that are totally unseen, and they're just names that go by.
They would take up this whole stage.
Yeah, they take up this whole stage. And we're all very important. But you know, you can't get everybody up.
Well, they have to make the show too.
Yeah, they're currently making the show, and I'm taking time off work. So, is there anything in particular you would like to ask before we ramble on a bit?
Well, before you ramble, maybe I can actually give you a little bit of a start into that.
Sure.
As the director, you have a director and now also a bit of a co-producer, got it right, on the festivals?
I'm a supervising director. I have been since the very beginning of the show, 2009 when we started. And then over the time, I've sort of developed a higher position. Now I'm a co-executive producer as well as the director, which is just a big fancy title, meaning that maybe I have a little bit more say, but you know.
So when you are the director, you said you were there from the very start. We know that at some point Lauren Frost left the show. She was the creator. That means she gave the initial ideas. She created the show Bible, as in the collection of sketches and ideas that give the concept its form, its basic form. Was there some sort of transitional period from then to now, or basically anything post-Frost, if I may say that like that was this difficult or interesting that you would say changed for you personally?
Oh, interesting question. Well, I was, like Lauren did a lot of work up front in designing the characters and coming up with the world and writing a lot of the initial stories that sort of started us off. And then I came in to put that all into motion and...
you did that test?
Yeah, there was originally a test that we did.
Before the show was even, greenlit.
Yeah, before we had the show at the studio, I was tasked with doing like a 2-minute short cartoon that was like a test
Which no one's ever seen.
No one's ever seen it.
You can't do it.
I'd love someday for it to be out there.
Wow, that sounds like a great extra on a DVD or
Yeah.
Get on it, Hasbro.
I know, they should put it up there.
There's a lot of shows that show up pilots that you can see online or as extras on places, and I was kind of interested. Some of them are exactly the same, almost, like you just changed a few scenes or something, and others look and feel entirely different, especially on cartoons.
Yeah.
So would you say there was a big difference there, or was it already very clearly heading in the direction?
Yes, it was very different. The very first, and I've said this story before, but the very first test that we did, we got a cute little script that Lauren wrote, and it was really very cute. And I thought that it was going to be kind of like a very, just a little more of a sweet show that's simple and cute. And I wanted to make that really, really, pretty and nice. And we were always thinking about, well, Hasbro wants the hair to be really well animated. Hair play is very important. So we were developing, techniques in Flash. This was all done in Flash, to make the hair move as realistically as we could without making it too complicated. This is a very graphic style. And then so we did the test, and it turned out really good. And then when I got the first script for the pilot episode, and I was reading that, all the way through, I realized this isn't just a cute little simple show. This is an epic feature film. This is an epic world.
Like the whole Luna sequence.
Yeah. With Nightmare Moon and the whole adventure through the Everfree Forest and
The test was just
the cue was it was just very, very simple.
Nothing with an eternal night or
No, nothing.
homes fighting.
It was actually about Pinkie Pie with the little umbrella hat that she was getting a twitchy tail. It was
When feeling Pinky Keen in the first season.
Yeah, it was kind of like that episode. It was like a little twitchy tail, and then Twilight was, skeptical. Yeah, she's reading a book and she's skeptical, I don't know what you're talking about. And then a bunch of stuff falls on her head.
Yeah, just like that one scene extra in Pinky Keen. So you'd say that kind of transitioned into the show?
Yeah, I think that was, the way that the episodes happened.
It wasn't exactly the same, but it was simple.
Yeah, it was simpler because we had a limited amount of time to do that. I worked very long hours on that. If you remember that.
That short, you didn't come home.
Yeah.
All I know is
spent
that
a
you
lot
came
of-
home the next day.
Yeah, I was at the studio with Woody, my co-director at the time. The two of us worked 24 hours a day trying to get that thing done. Yeah, and then the schedule was we had 6 weeks, and then 6 weeks.
Including making all the characters.
Yeah, we had to design the Flash models from scratch. They had never been done before.
The background.
And we had to invent the way that they would be separated and puppeted and built. Yeah. Because we were trying to set up the style of how we're going to animate this. And so we worked 24/7 on that for a good month and a half. I didn't see her. And she had just had a baby.
Thanks
like a few weeks before that. And I was like, I can't come home and look after the baby. So we got that done, and that was the test that got us the job.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And it set up the way we're going to do My Little Pony from then on. Except for when we got the script. And it was like, this is a feature film, we got to do something bigger. And that's when we developed a little bit different style where we wanted to add more depth and scope to the look of the world. And so Woody and I started developing more of a multi-plane sort of feel, which had a lot more layers. And so that
Woody's so great at all that technical stuff.
Woody's a technical genius. And so we came up with ways in Flash to make it feel like there was a lot more to the world than just the stage that they were on. There was really far away buildings, and it had a lot of depth. And we started developing different angles of shots so that you didn't feel like we were just limited to one angle. We had a lot more up shots, down shots. We had to plan all of that because in Flash, every angle you change, it's kind of hard to just
And
draw
the
it.
normal rule usually in Flash is you don't do up shots now.
Yeah, usually.
People are like,
avoid it.
don't do that as a storyboard artist. They're like, flat, because that's easy.
Yeah.
Because drawing dimensions and perspective in ponies especially.
Yeah, four-legged animals.
People on other shows,
Yeah.
we're told, do that.
That's something I noticed in general with Flash animated cartoons, especially earlier ones. They always felt incredibly two-dimensional, almost scarily so. Not only was the animation stiff because Flash was still being explored new as a medium, and you could tell it was tough, especially if the budget wasn't big enough. But that is something that I also noticed changed throughout the seasons. Since I was, that's something I asked about earlier, how the seasons changed, especially your work changed. That's something visually I noticed that the shots got more complicated as time and the lighting got more complex. Season 1 still looks really good, especially for a Flash cartoon. But I'm sure we all noticed that as it went on, things became definitely more epic, so to speak, more expanded.
Yeah, and then to answer your question earlier, which I neglected to do, in season 1 and a little bit of season 2, mostly just season 1, we were working directly with Lauren Faust. She was in LA and we were up in Vancouver. It's like a 2-hour plane ride difference. She would come up once in a while, and we would work together. And she had a lot of influence on the way the show looked at the time, because it was her, she was the creator, like what do you want to do? You know, we can offer a certain amount of stuff, but we wanted to really learn from her. And she's a good director and writer and designer, everything, an animator herself. So she had a lot of opinion and style that she wanted to do. So we were taking a lot of cues from her. And so she would draw, right? I still have drawings from her that she would
like on
do.
storyboard, like on little post-it notes.
Yeah, and like how she wanted shots to be and stuff. But she has a really nice graphic style, which is what designed the characters. And so she was very good at like finding the imagery that very graphically depicts the emotion. And I actually learned a lot from that. There was this one image that I remember she did where I just kind of changed the way I was thinking, where there was this one moment where there was two ponies arguing, and one pony was arguing and sort of winning the argument, or at least dominating the other character. And she said, oh, make this character higher than the other character, so she's looking down on her and dominating her. And then that just sort of was a bit of a light bulb, like, oh yeah, of course. It's more visually, emotional. I hadn't really thought about it in that way before. And after that, I started really changing the way I viewed the shots. And then everything became a lot more emotional that way. And then not so sort of even. And when she left the show, I didn't have anyone like her to kind of give us notes, and I was able to maybe spend more time thinking about it myself, because I might have used her a little bit as a crutch. But her influence really lasted on me. And so I always would think to myself, what would Lauren do whenever I was coming up with a shot?
That's sweet.
But yeah, what we did was we started adding a lot more depth to the show, and getting even more ambitious with shots, and like up shots and down shots. And
maybe like talk about like rule of thirds, like how typical show.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Filmmaking techniques.
Well, we fought really hard to get a widescreen view of the show, because a lot of TV shows at the time would have you do widescreen and 4:3, which is the square.
Typical square
version. And this is modern times. We're not living in the 80s and 90s anymore.
I was going to say, square screens are pretty much dying out.
Yeah, and at the time, 2009, there weren't any TVs being sold with a square.
But they were still arguing, like, well, maybe some people have it still.
Yeah, they were worried about, it being available for everyone, but we kind of pushed for, getting rid of the square aspect ratio, because it's hard to frame for both a square aspect, and you should know as a storyboard artist, you're trying to...
It's like, I have 7 ponies, I have 6
Yeah, how are you going to fit everybody?
It's really hard with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's okay with just 2 people talking, but...
Yeah. Having to frame everything in 4:3 as well as look good in 16:9 can be just really complicated. So...
and it just makes it look...
It just look is good. So it was nice when we were able to get a full 16:9, not worrying about 4:3, and then that way we could place ponies on the left and right of the screen depending on how we needed. We could weight this way or weight that way.
When were you able to start using the widescreen fully?
When
did that happen?
That was about halfway through season 1, I think. We might not have even had an episode aired yet. Because we work on the show for like a year before it even goes on the air.
Of course, lots of production time.
Yeah, a lot of production time. So it's a lot of time and we were trying to figure out exactly how to make the show. It was a lot of a learning curve.
It was really nice though, because the difference in the show when we first approached it was that Lauren actually got us a longer schedule, which we never ever get. Which means longer schedule means it can take more time to finish.
Yeah.
Usually you say it was less preparation time for a new show?
Well, yeah, a lot of times we got to hit the ground running, and thanks to Hasbro and DHX for working out a good schedule, we were able to get a pretty good amount of time. It's still, we could always use more time, and I I know other studios do give their artists more time, but under other circumstances that we had, it was
mostly worked on shorter schedules.
shorter
before that,
schedules.
right?
And what it comes down to is the air date. It really comes down to the air dates, because when Hasbro wants it on the air is when we have to get it on the air. So if we need more time, they're like, the air date's what the air date is, and they don't want to delay the show. And I'm sure you don't want us to delay the show. So we try to work within that time frame from when we start to the air date. We just back it off from there. So there was it's a lot of, just scheduling smartly. How much time do we really need for storyboards? And at first it was 5 weeks to do.
Which is normal. Like even now,
Yeah,
I think it's storyboard, 5 weeks,
Yeah.
that's not a lot of time.
That's a 22 minutes of content that you need to storyboard in 5 weeks.
Yeah, and I can talk about that,
Yeah,
because
you should talk about that.
so basically, he gets a script in, and then he meets with a storyboard artist like me, and we sit in a meeting room, and then he shows me all the designs and all the backgrounds, and sometimes we'll listen if it's a song, especially we'll listen to the song, and we'll talk about, okay, what should we do, like winter wrap-up, I guess it's about winter, and so, we talk about what we should do in the song, because especially because I've done like winter wrap-up at the Gala, being popular, lots of songs, and especially with those, it takes more time to do songs than just me if I talk to Rainbow Dash or something, So usually we'll talk about the song, what's going to happen. Well, then he goes, okay, see you in 2 weeks. So then I go off for 2 weeks, and I go, okay, I have to do this. So you do little drawings usually in the first while. Yeah, they're just little drawings, little stick figures. And you go, okay, well, we figure it out, what's going to happen. And then in 2 weeks, you meet up, and sometimes you have to redo all of it.
Yeah, I'll sometimes tell her, this isn't working. You're going to have to
So
redo
all my
this.
drawings are garbage, and this happens on every show.
So you spend 2 weeks of trying to figure out the story,
Yep.
and then you bring it in, and then it just gets screwed up.
But that makes it better all the time.
Yeah.
So then we think of what else to do, and we never change usually the dialogue, but sometimes we cut it. The time, pages sometimes.
Yeah, the scripts are a good 34 pages of writing.
Which actually isn't long at all, honestly, it's a good size.
I don't know, it seems long to me.
Size longer scripts.
But there's a sort of a general rule that it's about 1 page per minute of screen time. So different shows have different paces. Our show is paced pretty fast.
But the attention to detail on it is higher. It's pretty high.
So 34 pages being squeezed down to 22 minutes can be difficult sometimes. So what we do is we will look through the script and we will notice some areas where maybe we can show something visually instead of saying it, or compress some things. So we make that decision ahead of time and give that to the board artist to use.
Yeah. Or sometimes it's longer, especially Tabitha, usually when I have her line.
Oh yeah.
They're just that's 5 drawings.
That's
Instead
true.
of this one Fluttershy is usually easier because she just goes, or something like that. So it's that's 1 drawing, and it's easy.
Yeah.
So usually when I get a rarity script, it's gonna be longer.
Yeah, actually that's
just on, character.
Yeah.
But the songs take a long time, so we'll meet after 2 weeks, and then we do that, and then I get another 3 weeks to clean it up. And then after that, he takes it and you go from there. And you redo it all over again.
Yeah. So we spend a lot of time in the storyboard side of things. I would say that out of all of the different aspects of making the show, the storyboard is probably the most important and takes the most amount of brain power and amount of work. Because that's where it all gets figured out. All the visuals get figured out there. And before we start the storyboard, we have a the script is approved and we have voices done, we'll go into the sound booth, and I'll sit there with the script outside the booth, and we'll have Tabitha and Michelle and Andrea and all of them right there in the booth together. It's one big, happy family in there. I don't know how warm or stinky it is in there, because I'm outside. And I don't have to worry about that. And then they'll run through it line by line, and then we'll stop them, go back, do a line again, try a different way, and until we are satisfied we've got enough different aspects of the acting that we need. And then we put all of that together along a timeline so that we hear the whole script being said all in one, but it has to be edited down by someone else because there's a lot of takes. So we take out takes we don't want, put them all like a radio play, and then that's what we give to the board artist.
That's what I get.
And she has to
put on
listen.
my headphones and I'll listen to it.
Listen through
over
and
and over.
and she'll hear like Tabitha's, whatever noises she makes, and then have to think about what does that look like.
So basically a pony makes a really good noise, and you have to draw just the right mouth and this expression to actually make that fit.
Like that one line, maybe he will revise it again. Like once I go, like, no, it doesn't
That's not the right kind
she
of
wouldn't do
expression.
that.
Yeah, that's too happy. I think she'd be a little bit more annoyed.
You just take that one aspect and just take the whole show. That's how.
Yeah, it's like meticulously thought through. Like it plays so fast.
Like
and
some of the things you think of, like spend so many times people talk about like this one thing that is like so not important in a way.
But you know what
I mean? Like it's all these people talk about every little detail.
Meticulously spend like hours and days going over like all these little nuances that we're trying to do.
Even the design.
And the pose, and just to get it just right. And it goes by so fast. And sometimes, something that you think, this is really important, I'm going to spend all my time on this, and then this other thing, this pose isn't that great. Or it's normal. Then when the show plays, everyone reacts to the one I didn't pay attention to. And this one that I agonized over, it just feels normal, goes by. But this other one stands out somehow.
Or we'll just get in our heads like the puppet scene, like the rarity line. Like we say that all the time. We always say that line. Always say that line. Like puppets when we do the guy with the puppet.
Oh yeah, there might be a line, plenty of room for my puppets. That was from.
We say that all the time.
Yeah, I had
big round face.
Big round face, and he had the marionettes.
It's just a good line. It's so good.
The rarity episode.
Hilarious.
I love that character, but it didn't.
Kind of went by. Everybody was like,
well, I thought it was funny.
No, the character that caught on was actually a character you voiced, or initially wasn't it? I mean, bulk biceps.
Oh yeah, that came out of the storyboard room again. We were spending some time on this moment with an audience in the room with Rainbow Dash, getting everybody riled up. And a joke came out of the discussion that maybe we should have a guy stand up and go, yeah! And just to be funny. And we didn't have any design for it, we didn't have any line for it. It was just a stupid idea that we thought would be funny.
Story movies are full of stupid ideas.
They're just full of stupid ideas. How about it? And so we did it anyway, thinking, Hasbro's probably going to cut it, someone's not going to like it, we don't have a line for this, so we'll probably, not be able to do it. But along the way, it kept staying in the show, and everybody laughed, and just, maybe we should actually record something. And
somebody actually had to design the biceps, even when he looks very unusual. Someone must have had fun with that.
That was the board artist. So the board artist drew this idea of a muscly pony standing up and shouting.
Do you remember who it was?
No, I think it might have been Tom Sale. It was so long ago, of season 2, I can't remember. The designers looked at the storyboard, because it wasn't planned ahead of time. They looked at the storyboard, and in using the storyboard as a guide, they designed the character off of that.
And they did that with DJ Clone 3 too, right?
DJ Clone 3 was another character that came from the
storyboard
storyboard artist.
Kind of went,
That was we had no shot for it, we had no design for it, nothing. It wasn't written in the script.
No, she's a pony with merchandise.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where we were just talking about a fashion show, and like what happens in a fashion show? Well, someone starts up.
A DJ, I guess.
Usually there's a DJ, and so he just drew this DJ putting a needle on the record, and we had to design it afterwards, and boom, the rest is history. That character had 3 seconds of screen time, not even. Yeah. So. But you know what, that's what I love about this show, is that we can do something like that in the background, some silly thing that just made us laugh in the moment, or we think is...
Like, mostly it's just about entertaining yourself.
Yeah.
You're in the room where we're going, what's funny, you know? Like, let's say this, it's entertaining to us. Maybe somebody else will find it entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta... It's a grueling schedule, and we work really hard, and you know, some people spend late hours working on it, so you gotta entertain yourself somehow and make it, make it fun for yourself.
A lot of the board artists, the last couple of days when it's due, they won't sleep. It will be just like red eyes and like.
So, you really have a lot of interesting things to say.
There's too much to say. I need to pare it down. I don't have enough time to make it shorter.
At this point, I think it would be good to see what the audience.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have tons of questions.
There are a lot of questions. See, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So make a neat line. Remember, your questions have to be.
Break it down.